kept secret?
You have to stand out is basically.
What's up? I'm Cassius Clay, platinum producer for Rich Forever Music. Sure. Some of the more well-known artists I've gotten the chance to produce for are French Montana, Lil Wayne, Dipset, Rich the Kid, just to name a few. A lot of beat makers call themselves producers, and that's a way you can kind of separate the beat makers from the producers by knowing how well they can perform while in the studios.
Ever felt like it's impossible to get that professional sound even though you know the beat is fire? Is losing inspiration leading to not finishing tracks? Have you ever hesitated to put music out because it doesn't have that professional shine and perfect thump? It's not your fault. In fact, the music industry has a dirty little secret almost no producer will talk about.
Yeah, it's tough when you're starting off without a lot of money, because when you're broke, you know, it's really expensive to buy plugins when you're an engineer to get your sounds going right. It's really expensive for the right equipment. It's really expensive for these things. So, like, when you don't have any money, it's hard to kind of go up in the music industry for sure.
You can't just download instruments off the internet and think that they're gonna meet the certain standard of what you're trying to reach or what's the industry standard.
As a producer, you probably realize how important it is to get started on a track and keep that inspiration all the way through until it's finished. In fact, beat block, struggling to get started, struggling to finish. Having dozens or even hundreds of unfinished tracks sitting on your hard drive. Not having a big enough selection of professional sounding tracks to show to vocalists, that feeling of not being prepared, are all symptoms of the same damn problem. You see, inspiration is your creative fuel. And if you don't have the right sounds, it's hard to find enough inspiration to finish your tracks. There's really nothing like having the right kicks that thump, snares that snap, 808s that shake the club, or that beautiful melody to keep you inspired all the way through. Not just okay sounds, great sounds. Here's what I mean. Imagine trying to make a meal with stale or even rotten ingredients. It can never be great because it's doomed from the start. The best chefs aren't spending their time growing food, right? They're not out there feeding cows or riding around on tractors in the dirt. They get the best ingredients prepared for them ahead of time from trusted farmers so that their time is focused on what they do best. Creating. As a producer, you're the chef, not the farmer. Just like the most successful painters aren't spending all their time making paint, they leave that to professionals so that 99% of their time can be spent making art. Sure, sound design is cool, it's educational, and can lead to some interesting new sounds. But realistically, you're not going to be able to make everything yourself at an extremely high level till you've been producing for a decade. And you never want to be caught in an important session with outdated or even weird drums that don't hit the way people are used to, or being caught needing to write a hit melody on the spot. You need to be ready with pro sounds at all times. That's why this video is so important to young producers frustrated getting that professional sound or struggling to break into the super competitive music industry.
I think one of the first concepts when I first started working at a mastering studio was there are sounds that are good and there are sounds that are cool. And I think the best sounds are when they're both good and cool. I think cool sounds are sounds that make you feel an emotion, get you excited, make you want to listen to that song again, make you want to start your day, do something exciting, you know, get inspired. I think good sounds are sounds that are technically correct. They don't have issues, they're not distorted, you know, they're balanced well. And it's tough with making music, because music is a moving target, especially with sound, to get them to both be cool and good. And I think that like the masters have learned ways to be in the moment and make these cool, inspiring sounds or loops or music beds or drums, but also to have them be sounding good. But that takes years and years of practice to be able to do both.
And if you want to be making music, you need inspiration. Now, for me, inspiration comes from great sounds.
As we move further and further into the future, there's a shift in favor of simpler compositions, less notes, less complex theory, maybe no music theory, and it's shifting towards richer, more complex sounds. So for instance, something that was a hit in the 70s might have fairly simple instruments, but a lot of music going on, a lot of writing going on. Now, in current day, our instruments are more layered and complex, but the actual compositions are becoming more simple.